You're so spot on about this. And I live in a rural state. I live in Nebraska. And I know also that the other thing that's going to be cut and that's going to close down in these rural communities is long-term care facilities. And we experienced this with my stepmother who had Alzheimer's and was in a memory care facility in Nevada, Missouri, that we fought. We put a change.org petition together, my dad and I, and we all advocated, my sisters and I in the community advocated to keep the Alzheimer's Care Center open. And they, the hospital eventually closed it down, and they had this long-term care board, and then they were going to put the patients in this horrific place, and many had no choice because they had Medicaid, so they were moved and transferred there. And of the, I can't remember how many were transferred there, like a great portion of those folks ended up dying within a very short period of time. But those places are even going to be closed down. So this is absolutely horrific. And these people who voted for him, who didn't think about anybody but themselves, are now going to FAFO, right? Because I mean, we all are touched by these issues in our families, and they're going to be left with, maybe having to figure out how to care for their elderly family member who has dementia.
This is gutting.
Yeah, it's gutting, guys. This is such a mess. If you're a caregiver, you're a nurse who's been working for senior care facilities, this is coming for you. All these closures are going to affect you one way or another. So instead of you waiting for everything to fall apart, this is the thing with people I've noticed. People rarely take action until things have fallen apart completely. This is the only time that people start taking action. If you're still working and your senior care facility is still open, you better thank God that at least you have a job. A lot of these places, 90% of their revenues are coming from Medicare and Medicaid, guys. And if Medicare and Medicaid is getting cut, what do you think is going to happen? What happens is when you work and you're depending on these facilities, it's only a matter of time until you get completely blindsided. They'll never tell you all these things that are happening. They'll never tell you. But I'm here to tell you. I'm here to warn you that you need to start taking the action to avoid getting laid off and then ending up with nothing. So while you still have an income right now, start putting in the right systems so you can survive. It's about to be millions of caregivers out there on the marketplace looking for a job.
Her family fought with everything they had, petitions, advocacy, community organizing, just to keep an Alzheimer's care center open, and it's still closed. Then the patients got moved to some terrible facility, and a huge number of them just died shortly after. And that was before these new cuts. That's the part that should terrify everyone.
That was before the cuts. What do you think is going to happen after the cuts? In fact, I think a lot of these funeral homes are going to be the biggest beneficiaries to Medicaid and Medicare cuts. A lot of funeral homes are going to get rich. It's really grim, and sad at the same time, but this is the reality that we live in, guys. Instead of crying about it, let's start taking action so we can be on the winning side.
The system was already crumbling, and now they want to take a sledgehammer to what's left. The scariest part? More cuts mean more places like this shutting down. So all those families dealing with dementia, Alzheimer's, elderly care, where exactly are they supposed to go? You gonna quit your job and become a full-time caregiver? Because that's what's coming when there's nowhere left to take your loved ones.
Yeah, so a lot of these people that have to take care of their loved ones, they're not as skilled as you. If you're a caregiver, if you're an RN, you're way more skilled than they are. So you better start promoting your services to the open market right now. You better learn sales skills. This is the thing, is that a lot of you guys are really, really good at what you do, but you suck at sales. You suck at marketing. And those are the two skills that you need to start learning in this new market. It's either that, or you're competing with millions of caregivers out there that are going to be out of work. And it's going to be brutal. Then there are going to be no jobs. Maybe for every one job, there are going to be like, let's say 10,000 caregivers looking for that one job. It's going to be really bad. Because the United States now has become a third world economy. You better recognize. I'm not going to react to the entire video. I just wanted to play this part so you guys can understand what is really happening. And if you guys are ready to avoid ending up on the wrong side of this mess, you better schedule a call. I'll put a link in the description of this video. I'll teach you how to do sales. I'll teach you how to do marketing. And I'll add you to a private WhatsApp group to hold you accountable so you can get the work done. There's no time to waste, or else you're going to end up homeless. And I don't want that for you. Schedule a call. Talk to you soon.